Hi guys, you're welcome to my channel once again. So a subscriber of mine sent me this video. She said I should make this detachable bridal dress. Now we'll just be learning how to make the detachable parts. So guys, let's get started. Now I'm going to show you the one I made some time ago. I made it with a lining. Now that is the back and this is the front. You can see how long the train is. So the train depends on how long you want it. So I have this petticoat. When you do something like this, you wear a petticoat inside. I'm not going to lose it because it is still a brand new one, and if I lose it, you get scattered. Now let's get started. Now, so this I'll be cutting a small size for a small size because I don't have lining to waste anymore since I already have the bigger one. Now this lining is placed on top each other. I cut two of it, so we'll be cutting the back pattern first, then before we cut the front. So I went ahead to rule ½ inch for the starting line, and I also mark 1 inch all the way down. That 1 inch serve as the zip allowance for the back. So we have our line, we have the zip line, and we also have the side, the seam. So the seam is the shortest part, while the place I mark the zip allowance is the longest. Now let's divide the waist measurement. So I'll be using a waist of 20 inches. So the waist, we are going to divide it by 2 equals to 10. So this back will be 10 inches. That's divided by 2. So front is 10, back is 10. Now we'll be working on the back. So the back will divide it by 2. So when you divide a waist of 10 by 2, you have 5 inches. Now we'll be cutting in a 180-degree peplum size. So you have to, whatever you have to get there have to be 5 inches. So if you divide 10 by 3.14, it is folded into 2, so it has to be 3.14. So that is 10 divided by 3.14, we have 3.1. So I mark 3.1 and I mark it on the cycle like that, just the way you see me doing, and I rule it and I connected the 3 points together. So when I check if it is up to 5, I have 5.25 because it is a flare. So I just had to go up by 0.25 so I can get my 5 inches. Now we are cutting the exact waist for this tutorial. If you want yours to be pleated along the waist area, what you need to do is to just cut excess waist, but for now we are cutting the exact waist. So after the round waist measurement, what I have left for the side is 12.5. Now we are going to be connecting that side to the end of that becomes the train. So just watch how I connect. You can see the way I connect. So the side seam is the shortest part, then the back is the longest part. Now I'm going to be cutting off the waist first. So this is me cutting the waist. Then the next thing is to notch the side seam, and I also notch the zip allowance. After that, I went ahead to cut out the back train. It is very simple. The only process here is when you have to put your hard net and all that inside so as to make it stand. After losing it, I went ahead to sew the zip allowance, and this is it. I've joined the zip allowance together, so we have something like this. So the place that is open is just the side seam. Now I'm going to be dropping it so we can cut for the front. Now for the front, so remember we divided the back by 2, we also divide the front by 2. That's 10 divided by 2. So this front will now be 10 divided by 4 because we'll be cutting 2 pieces for this front. So when you divide 10 by 4, you have 2.5. So the first one, I folded it in a 180 degree. Now I just checked the length of the waist for the back pattern, like I said, is 12.5. Now I'm going to be getting the waist of 2.5, and after getting it, you just mark it straight line like that. This one doesn't have to have that you know, that's peplum curvy effect. Now after that, you get a 12.5. So whatever side seam length you want, you go ahead and mark it. Now you can see the way I folded this. I folded it in, a triangle form, as if you're cutting a 180-degree peplum. So I mark my 12.5 and I'm going to be cutting it out. Then I also cut the waist. So we are going to use this one to cut another one. That is why I said the front have to be divided into 4 instead of the back. The back was divided into 2, but the front is into 4. Now it depends on how full you want it. You can decide to make your front 3-piece or 4-piece. What you just need to do is you divide the waist you have for the front by the number of peplum that you want. I hope you understand. But most ones I see, they don't pleat it around the waist area. So this one is okay. What you just need to do is everything you'll be putting inside. That is why you also need the petticoat. Petticoat is very, very important. Now after cutting these two, we'll be attaching it to the back now. So you take your back and you attach it on the waist side. So you're going to place it right side to right side, and you sew. Then you take the second one, you also place it right side to right side. That's the side seam, and you're going to sew. After sewing, this is how it is. Can you see it? This is the front and that is the back. Then the next thing is to now sew the front. So I'm going to sew this front together just with small, maybe with 0.25. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew the front and it is like this. Now whatever thing you need to do is you are going to be using it from the back. If you want to put zip or you want to put loop, it depends on the style you are trying to create. So we have this for the front and we have this for the back. So it is very simple. It is that simple. It is not too difficult. So guys, we are done with this tutorial. Thank you guys. If you find it helpful, kindly give me a like, share this video, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you all next time. Bye.